Hey, this is Hobbes, and today I'm taking you on a tour of the truck and the camp at Tolt McDonald Park for Woodinville Day Camp. It's about a 30 to 35 minute drive from the Woodinville Safeway. It's a nice, beautiful, windy road. There are two directions you can take off of Woodinville Duval Road. We suggest you take the turn at Snoqualmie Valley Road. It's a lot faster than going into the town of Duval, which tends to be a slowdown. But sometimes you have to go the other way due to traffic or construction or an accident. After you get to through that part, you're going to take a left on 124th Street. It's a beautiful road and it's got a nice bridge, and that'll take you over to the other road to get you into Carnation. Hi, it's Hobbes again, and we're back in the town of Carnation. After you left 124th Street, you were going to come to a roundabout, and you will get on Highway 203. On our right over here is the Carnation Market. Important things is there's a grocery store and a Starbucks and a couple other small businesses. I will warn you that the Starbucks line is very long in the morning, so plan some extra time if you need to stop there for your coffee. Right up here, we're going to be entering the Carnation Tolt McDonald Park entrance. It's a nice big brown sign. We should also have up a Girl Scout sign that says Girl Scout Camp this way. As you enter the park, please note that the speed limit is quite slow and then the road is kind of narrow. You probably noticed that you slowed down quite a few times on the way into Carnation, so watch your speed as you go through there. When you get to camp, you will park in the big parking lot up here on the right hand side. There again will be some signs for you that will help you get to know where you go. You'll park there and then walk up to the big red barn. That is where our camp location is housed. The staff out here are very nice, but there are a lot of other people out here camping and enjoying the park. We've got a nice big playground next to the ball fields on the right hand side here, which we use a lot, and there's some nice big open green fields for taking kids to do activities. So I'm going to take you over to the barn right now and give you just a quick tour of everything that we have at camp. So on the right here, you're going to be parking in this big parking lot, and then you'll walk up. The other parking lots are reserved for other people at this facility. Here we are driving up to the barn. This is what it'll look like as you walk from the parking lot up. The big red barn is where we house our camp. On the right hand side of there, you'll see our porta potties. This is the big red barn, and I'll show you more in just a minute. Hey there, this is Hobbs. So now we're at camp. That's the parking lot you're going to park in, and then you're going to walk up this long driveway past the maintenance building, and then you're going to be headed towards the barn. This is the Tolt McDonald barn. This is basically the station 0 for all of our camp to-dos. I will note on the right hand side over here we have a lovely green field where a lot of our activities for kind of free time games occur. Right by these trees is where our boys unit is usually located. Our boys unit again is all the boys that are with their parent volunteers. Out there in the distance you can see the playground, which is another great place for our kids to play, and it's a favorite of our Pixies, which is our youngest children of our volunteers. Over here is our Biffies. Biffy stands for Bathroom in the Forest for You, and we will have a few more of those for the week of camp because there's so many of us out here. So in our lovely barn, we have everything housed for our camp. Over in this light little parking area will be a few core members and our big truck that we rent for camp. The big truck is full of all of our items and supplies for camp, and it comes on and off the truck every day. We've got a couple water spigots for camp drinking and dishwashing, and inside the camp barn we have a lot of tables and tablecloths. So here you're looking at our barn, and straight across from here is where our Pixies and health supervising station is located. Right across the middle there we usually have a table for our PAs and our PATs. The far corner is our core office where a lot of the comings and goings happen, and this other corner is our kitchen where all the supplies and people are mostly located for all the food and drink at camp. And one more little shot out the window at where our truck loading and unloading is going to be. So here we are coming out of the office area in the barn, and we're going to start looking at where all of our stations are located at. These two closest trees are usually tools and knots, And the tree that's in the far background there is usually where our units are located. We have units A through usually K or J, and that's where the campers' units are going to be. As we come out in the field here, you'll see more along the tree line there for more unit locations. First aid's also located over this tree, and where you see those wooden pillars is the edge of wood finishing and woodworking. Our camper units are also located out there by the picnic tables. And then as we swing back around here, this side of our barn is our flag ceremony for both morning and afternoon flag ceremony. And this year it's going to be our check-in and check-out location also. You see the field over there. Everybody will meet here in the morning for check-in. The parents will bring their kids over here to sign in with the units. This right here is a shot of outdoor cooking. We consider this kind of the back side of the barn. This is also on the same side as the flag. This is where outdoor cooking meets to do its cooking. You will also do some cooking in units. This is where they are located. This is one more shot of our opening and closing ceremony location. Flag ceremony is held here, as well as flag station meets here. This tree right here is also our 6th grade unit location. Usually the 6th grade unit picks right here for their kind of meeting location or base. As we span around here, we're going to see again the closer trees are our stations, and then along the tree line is usually our units. Some of our younger units usually. As we come around, we'll get to 3rd and 4th grade units usually. Wood finishing and woodworking is along those wooden posts. The red barn shows the edge of music. There's a pine tree and a wooden fence all the way down there, and our knives and wilderness are along there. This is the path you take also to get to fire and the bridge. So right here is another shot getting close to the bridge here. Those big wagons are reserved for people camping across the way, but this is the big campground for reservable sites for trailers and RVs and tents. They have water and electric hookup. And then as we pan around here, we're going to get to the other tent camping locations. I think these may be first come, first serve. This is a great field for games if it's not too sunny. As we get closer in here, we're going to see the corner down by that gigantic RV. That is the corner for fire. So all of our units will walk with their leaders over to the fire station. This is also the location of the 6th grade overnight. We have 2 spaces rented. And then this green building is the flushable potties, which is really important to know about at camp. Here we are at the entrance to Suspension Bridge. We're walking over this. There's some nice wildlife warning signs. There are things like bears, cougars, and snakes at our camp. Also harmless things like we've had quail show up, random dogs come through. Bees and wasps are probably the one we deal with the most. And then we've even had some random horses riding through our field. This bridge is a lot of fun. It can be a little scary for our younger or first time guests, as even adults and teens walking over it. Here we are walking over it. The one thing you need to worry about on the bridge is splinters. Dragging your fingers along this can be quite treacherous. And our health supervisor likes us to remind you to be careful of it. It's a beautiful river. This time of year, this is shot in April. The river's super high and moves pretty quick. During the time we're there in mid-July, late July, the water's down quite a bit. It's just a beautiful scenery. You can see the mountains from here, and it's just a beautiful location. So here we arrived on the other side of the bridge. We're getting close to it, and this is the yurt campgrounds, and there's some container camping. This is also a great place to go hiking. A lot of our units will go over here. The hike on the right hand side that we're looking at right now is along the woods. It's pretty shaded to the left. We end up with a much sunnier trek, and then up the middle, up the hill, is where the 4th grade big hike leads off from. This is usually if we are going to hear about or see bears. This is where the bears live. It's a really nice place. This place will be rented by a lot of the public, and you'll have a lot of families out here. A lot of the people visiting the park tend to stick over here just because the location is so great and it's near the water. There's a shelter house there that we do use for some activities and for our PAs. It's a nice place for activities and even a picnic during the day.
This is a camp layout from 2019. You can use this for reference if needed, but you should be able to find this or an updated version in the barn during the week of camp. We hope you learned something from this video and that you'll join us at Woodinville Day Camp in the future. Thank you.